Welcome to Audiotravels. In this episode you will meet singer and songwriter Emme Lentino. She's born in the US and based in New Zealand. She talks about her song Oceanside.
When I look at the sea, no matter what I'm going through, I just feel so fortunate, and it makes me just appreciate nature so much more.
She tells the story of her song Beauty in the Night, which she recorded in New York.
It was always my dream as a child to move there and be on Broadway, and because pretty much everywhere I went, there was someone interesting or something to write about. So I felt like it really helped my catalog of kind of imagination living in New York City.
And she will reveal which Christmas songs she recorded for the season.
I am a huge fan of Christmas. I just love everything about it. I've yet to write a Kiwi Christmas song.
You are listening to Audiotravels, the travel magazine. And my guest is singer-songwriter Emme Lentino. She's born in the US and based in New Zealand. Hi Emme, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much, Henry, for having me on the show, and hello to all your listeners.
One of your songs is called Oceanside. Does the ocean have a special meaning to you?
The ocean has always been a place of healing for both myself and my family, but it also was a treat to be able to travel to the beach. Growing up in Oregon, we didn't live near the sea. We were about 45 minutes to an hour away. And, when we were able to go, it was really a spectacular day. My brother and I would jump up and down when my parents said that we were driving to the Oregon coast. And so I just remember that those kind of feelings of excitement and peace. And I always knew it was a privilege to be there. And I think that now as an adult and being able to see the ocean, so much more, it still brings that same blessing to my life and my soul. And when I look at the sea, no matter what I'm going through, I just feel so fortunate. And it makes me just appreciate nature so much more.
There comes a video with the song shot at a beautiful beach. What's the story behind the video?
Yes, so that's a great question. So I'm surrounded by the ocean here where I live in New Zealand, and I love it here. And the song was all about nostalgia, bringing back memories of childhood and a place that always brought me a lot of happiness and peace, and that was by the sea. And when I was writing the song, co-written with my friend Greg Cortez in LA via Zoom, so we worked virtually together, and after the song, was recorded, I wanted to capture something that celebrated the beauty of family and friends by the sea. And so I used my iPhone for the majority of what the video is basically home videos. And a very good friend of mine, Prashant Shah, who's an amazing filmmaker in America, he and his editor, took the footage and they added a couple of things, and there you have it. So it was a really cool experience of not shooting in a normal way. There was no crew. There was just my iPhone and myself and my children and a couple of their friends that were excited to be a part of it. So yeah, thanks for watching it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
If someone watches the video and says, I want to go to that beach too, will they find it, or is it a secret, secluded beach?
No, it's not a secret beach. The majority of it was filmed along the coast near Langs Beach, which is up north from where I'm based. And that's the majority of the footage that you see. And then even the kind of the hilltop area where the kids are jumping up in the air in excitement, that was just right above. It's our favorite beach that we go to. Well, we're really fortunate here in New Zealand, at least as far as I know. I haven't traveled everywhere here, but for the most part, the coastlines, there are not high rises. It's kind of, all protected. This particular beach, though, is kind of more secluded than a lot of beaches, which is why there wasn't a lot of people on there. So it's a special place.
There's also a video of your song Shine, which features great landscapes. Where do I find them in New Zealand?
Yes, Shine was and is the most incredible filming experience that I've ever had in my life. We went to 7 different locations all over New Zealand, and my late husband Tony Lentino was the executive producer of that music video, and that was shot, over 5 years ago now. And we traveled to coastlines, and we traveled to the redwoods. We went to the South Island, which is where I'm standing on the mountain. We went to a few different places in the South Island, all very high up. And I have to tell you, it wasn't scary, although I hadn't ever really been up high singing, It was an incredibly, I think, exciting kind of adventure to be able to be on that high mountain, helicopter flying around, filming, and me singing. It was just, I felt like Elsa, if I had the privilege of playing her in the Disney movie. It was incredible. And it was neat because every single person that we worked alongside just brought so much energy to, the song and the music video, and later got picked up by, organizations that were promoting anti-bullying and, kind of that feel-good moment, which is, certainly awesome.
Now, let's talk about your song Beauty in the Night, which originated in a total different location in New York.
So I'm excited about the song because it really was a super fun project to record and work on with Vasily Gavray out of New York City, a beautiful city that I loved having a chance to live in at one time. So this song is all about self-respect and about, giving people that empowerment to sort of, in a fun way. It's kind of a blues kind of soul song, just talking about a serious subject matter. And that is basically, someone kind of taking you for granted. And, you saying, well, I don't think this is working for me. And I think that, looking back, writing the lyrics, it's quite funny to me because I think that it probably has taken on a new meaning in the last little while of, just sharing music. And it's really a privilege. Vasily and I are really happy that it's out there in the world. It was part of an EP that, two of the songs got picked up. One from, it's called Shake It Off, which is another song coming out. And that was picked up by Victoria's Secret for their commercial. And then Do You Have a Girlfriend was another song that got picked up by a record label and reproduced multiple times with DJs around the world, kind of remixing it. And then we have Beauty in the Night, and we never pushed the song. And so we never really released it. And so we were like, let's do it now. So yeah, excited. Lovely to hear that you enjoyed it. And it means a lot, Henry. Thank you.
Did New York inspire you too when you lived there?
100%. It was always my dream as a child to move there and be on Broadway. And so I think there is a magic that the city brings, so many creative people. There's just the way that you're constantly traveling, on subways and meeting people, and everyone has a story. And I found it really, very inspiring, but also as a storyteller, quite intriguing, because pretty much everywhere I went, there was someone interesting or something interesting to look at and to write about. So I felt like it really helped my catalog of kind of imagination living in New York City.
Does a song sound different when it's written in a big city or at the beach?
Yes, that's a great question. And I don't think I've ever really categorized it like that. But yes, I think this particular song is more urban sounding. And certainly, the writing process, everything was different because I was, in New York. And I think it is very different than, taking my guitar down to the sea and playing songs. Even the melody was a little bit more relaxed by the sea than being in that urban environment. And we used to call it the concrete jungle. I mean, it probably is still, people refer to it that way, not in a derogatory way at all, but just, we sort of thought we were in our own country living in New York, to be honest. It just, it fulfilled us in so many different ways. I miss it sometimes.
A totally different genre are Christmas songs. You recorded, for example, Last Christmas by Wham. Now you release 4 new Christmas songs. Are you a big fan of Christmas?
Well, first of all, you are correct. I am a huge fan of Christmas. I just love everything about it. And, you know, the saying of, you know, singing Christmas carols all year round, you know, probably not openly, but I do tend to sing, you know, Christmas songs, even off season. So yes, Christmas album is coming out at the end of November. Really excited about this project because it is nostalgic. I love, you know, I love even the era of, you know, moments when I wasn't even in existence. So I love the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. And I love the voices of that time. And so this particular project is sort of and it's called Christmas Memories. It's my take on 4 classic Christmas songs, but done in a way that I feel is in honor of how the vocals were, you know, many years ago. And it's really an exciting time to be putting it out. Yeah.
The catalogue of Christmas songs is huge. How did you choose the new songs?
I've been putting out Christmas songs for the last probably 4 years. And so it was looking at different ones that I hadn't kind of tackled before. And a couple of them were, you know, quite tricky, if I'm honest. And so it was really a challenge. And I think I chose these songs first because I really enjoy them and I enjoy listening to them, but also the challenge of, you know, when you redo a song or reimagine a song, you really want to obviously bring something different. Otherwise, don't do it at all, type of thing. So that's how I think of it. So I was like, ooh, this is good. What am I going to do to this song? So it was great working with Dan Antonovich. He's the producer of these songs, and he really knows my voice. So I love how he kind of brought that, I don't even know, that kind of smoky country bluesy sound to all the songs. So yeah, Christmas Memories.
Can you reveal which songs you recorded?
Yes. So Silent Night and Jingle Bells. Little different take on Jingle Bells. A little sneak comment there. And I Saw Mommy, Kissing Santa Claus, and Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Good choice. Will you play them under your Christmas tree?
I do. And it's wonderful because Christmas is always, no matter where I've lived, always a time to bring people around and, you know, that giving spirit that we've always had in our family. And so we make sure that we, you know, feed lots of people and there's presents for everyone and a lot of gathering around the piano and singing together. So I look forward to being able to do that this year as well. I've yet to write a Kiwi Christmas song. I have been asked. You know, why don't you write about, you know, just dipping your toes in the sea and having a beach picnic on Christmas Day? And I said, well, you know, perhaps next year. That might be the challenge.
Yeah. We will look forward to hear the Kiwi Christmas song. Emme, thank you very much for visiting Audiotravels and good luck for the future. You can find all the songs we talked about and many more songs of Emme Lentino or watch the videos on her own YouTube channel. Thanks for listening to Audiotravels.
The Audiotravels episodes are available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts and more than 20 streaming platforms around the world.